Kellogg's pit crew has a new paint job and some added orange. That's all duct tape on the front of that. Surprised Tony Tiger still has his eyes open after getting involved both in the Rusty Wallace cut tire and now being tangled up there with Jeff Purvis.
Yeah, he's trying to keep all those cornflakes in the box is what he's trying to do.
It's so important to keep the front of the car just as clean as you can, because that's the first part of the car that sees the air. If you've got it all distorted and holes in it, and Darrell, how did we ever race without what we call that duct tape, 200-mile-an-hour tape?
I just use baling wire myself. Here,
let's show you what happened to Dale Earnhardt and Ken Schrader coming into the pits.
And I believe I can explain. Here's Earnhardt right here. Now watch this car come up on the outside over here. Earnhardt wants to race everybody. And he looked over and he saw that kid coming. He said, let me show you something, kid. You're not going to beat me on pit road. Whoops, Kenny Schrader's in my way.
But now Dale Earnhardt wouldn't know how to drive a car if it didn't have the front end beat in on it.
That's exactly right.
Larry. Steve Burns.
Well, Sterling Marlin's got a bit of a problem, guys. You talked about how important aerodynamics are. They've knocked a hole in the grill, and right now they're fabricating a 4-by-8-inch piece of sheet metal that they're going to place on with duct tape on the next pit stop. But that's a long time from now if this thing stays green.
Well, we're coming around to get to green, and there's Rusty sitting up there. He's got a chance.
Now he lines up on the inside. All the cars on the lead lap line up in the outside lane. And the cars a lap or more down line up on the inside. Today's Pep Boys Trivia. Which drivers have won the Daytona 500 from the pole more than once? Give you the answer in a minute, as we're about set to go back to green.
I know.
But I saw the car.
Andy Houston trailing Ward Burton. Mike Skinner is third. Dale Earnhardt is fourth. Jeff Gordon is fifth. Jeff Burton is sixth. Mike Wallace seventh. Sterling Marlin, rookie Kurt Busch, and Ken Schrader are the top 10 as we get set to go back to green. If Wallace can pass leader Ward Burton and stay in front of him and the caution come out, he gets a free pass around and he's back on the lead lap. Here we go.
He's probably fast enough to get in front, but I don't think there's anybody going to let him stay there. He's going to have to hook up in there somewhere and draft his way along and hope that a caution comes out.
Rusty Wallace in front of race leader 22 Ward Burton. A little more strung out on this restart.
Yeah, Rusty would love to see the caution fly, something come off a car, some of that tape or anything right now. To a little light caution, get him caught back up, be back in the race.
Nobody moving with the rookie 96 Andy Houston. Everybody to the inside lane, and Houston will drift back.
And you know, that's the worst feeling in the world. You say, I'm going to run high this lap, and you look back and nobody else has decided to run high.
He's got a little bit of help coming from the yellow car, Kenny Schrader, but I don't think it's near enough.
Well, right now we're going to let you enjoy some pure American NASCAR horsepower. Let the pictures tell the story, and if you're one of the millions of NASCAR fans with surround sound, here's your chance to crank it up. Cars now in that lead draft, and a rookie Kurt Busch going for third place there behind Sterling Marlin. Got pinned in traffic. Earnhardt Jr. moves up to third behind Burton and Marlin wants the lead.
And that Dodge is potent. When he wants to get that thing out front, he just goes up on the outside. He goes down on the inside. He just takes her to the front. saw some sparks fly out of the 22 car. Now, that's a product of low air pressure from this coming out of the pit. That'll go away in just a few laps.
Ride height of the car is a little low with low air pressure, and exhaust pipe, big bump over there in turn 2 will bottom out till the pressure builds up.
Now, we lost a few cars on that restart, and I can explain why. They were all single file. When there's a single file restart and you're not doubled up, it's easy to lose the draft because of anticipating the start. If you don't nail it just right, that lead pack will get away from you, and the first thing you know, you're out of the draft.
Two of the cars that lost out, Bobby Labonte, the defending Winston Cup champ, and the defending race champion, Dale Jarrett. Jimmy Spencer is in the garage area. They're changing the rear end on his Travis Carter number 26.
Boy, if you're Robin Pemberton, Rusty Wallace, crew chief, you're just sitting there begging, please, can't there be a caution? We don't want nobody to have a problem, but can't there be a piece of debris on the racetrack or something? We need a caution flag.
And you know who's calling in the most?
Rusty
Wallace.
Wallace.
I see something in turn 3. There's a piece of something in 3.
Wallace, number 2, just ahead of the race leader, Ward Burton, in 22.
And, of course, Gary Nelson's over there saying, I can't hear you.
That's the NASCAR Winston Cup director, Dick Berggren.
Ricky Rudd, who was one of the pre-race favorites, has just called his crew and said he has a vibration in his car. Vibrations do not go away. They are often the result of a loose wheel or some sort of a fairly significant problem. So far, he has hung out there on the racetrack.
And it's a terrible place to be as a driver. You don't want to make a pit stop and find out there was nothing wrong. Maybe it's a tire that's just a little out of balance, or maybe it's just something is happening to the car, but it has no big effect on the car. So if you pit, you're out of the Daytona 500, and you can't afford to do that.
Darrell, I've been watching the 88 car since the restart. They had dropped almost 2.5 seconds behind, but in 2 laps, they've closed it back down a full second, so they're coming.
Yeah, that group back there, we know that the 18, the 88, those cars in the back there, the 12s back there, they're fast race cars. And I think if we saw Dale Jarrett, if you think about practice, he did a lot of running all by himself for this very reason.
Meanwhile, Dale Earnhardt, who restarted 4th, has fallen to 20th. So Ward Burton, the leader. Mike Wallace, presently in 2nd. Mark Martin has fought his way up to 3rd. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is 4th. And Ron Hornaday, the rookie in that green number 14, up for 5th. And rookie Casey Atwood battling him.
And he's going to the front without a lot of help there. Kenny Schrader in the yellow car does jump in behind him, but he was going to the front on the bottom, Darrell, with no help at all, pushing from behind.
Dodges, when they get them right, looks like they can really run.
This new aerodynamics package that NASCAR has instituted has created such parity that right now, half of the drivers in the top 10 positions have never won a Winston Cup race. They'll turn the screws a little tighter as the Daytona 500 rolls on Fox.